Hey guys, CrayonEaterPrepper here. I've been wanting to do this video for like a really long time, and I've just been stopping myself from doing it because I keep telling myself like, oh, maybe I should make a script, or maybe I should like write it down carefully. Maybe I should practice it, this and that. And I'm worried about failing, or I'm worried about the video not coming out good. But you know, I thought about it, and one of the aspects I'm going to talk about in this video actually relates to that, and it relates to the reason why I just decided to go for it and just get this film today. If there's one thing I've noticed in the prepper community, or people that are just interested in this realm to begin with, like whether it's prepping, whether it's shooting guns, or whether it's just out hiking, or just getting out of the woods and doing stuff, right? There's always seems to be like three common limiting factors that people tell me of like why they can't do it, or they tell me that they have an interest in it, but it's always like a cop-out. Seems like always these three things. First one, money limitations. The second one, perceived, not even actual physical limitations, in my opinion. Perceived physical limitations and mental limitations that they think they have. And thirdly, perceived limitation of not having anybody to do it with, or not having a community to do it with. And I honestly think that even the first one, in my opinion, is even a perceived limitation. Now, starting off with money limitations, especially when it comes into like the prepper slash SHTF community slash I don't know, Minuteman community, whatever you want to call it. I'm not gonna get into that. Whatever you want to lump it into, it just has to do with preparedness, right? People will always throw an excuse of like, well, I just don't have money for that, or I just don't have enough money for this. They like to say that, oh, I want to have tactical gear, right? Or I want to have like some form of like SHTF kit, but I just can't afford that right now, or I just don't have money for that. That's not as true as you think it is. And if you're someone that has that kind of mindset and you're watching this video, this might hurt your feelings a little bit. I'm not trying to, but most of the time it's probably because you're wasting your money on other things that are not actually going to make you better. Because you'd be surprised how much money you actually could make or have if you just simply stopped wasting it on dumb things. And I know that sounds like very like, oh, like, well, no shit, creditor, like that's obvious, like, you need to save money. But no, I'm being serious. Like, you'd be surprised how many people don't know that, and how many people might actually need to hear something like that. A lot of times, like, your perceived limitation of money isn't really as much of a limitation as you think it is. A lot of times the reason why people are thinking like that is because they get discouraged, that they think that they need to reach a certain point, that they see some like fancy schmancy Instagrammer wearing like this Cry Precision, or I don't know, Copin Industries this, or Results this, or whatever, or some type of Gucci brand like tactical company. But guess what? You don't really need that. You know what I mean? Like, I know, right? You don't need fancy gear to just get started into getting tactical practice in when it comes to manipulating your firearms. Sometimes all you really need is just buying a used chest rig on eBay, or even, I know this is gonna make people angry, especially like the Gucci gear guys. Sometimes just simply buying like an Amazon chest rig is more than enough, And if you don't like the color on it, okay, guess what? You can spray paint it. It'll still be cheaper than buying something that's made by insert expensive ass company here. And then you start up with that, right? If you have the excuse of like, well, I'm too dirt poor for even that, okay, fine. Then you can go as low as getting a bandolier, right? Which like what costs like $5 to $7. I literally made a video about it, so you go watch it if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, there's like so many things you could do to like cheap out on it. Or say if you don't want to like run something on your chest, you want to have like a belt kit, right? I literally bought a belt kit by just looking around and like in like surplus stores for like $5 once. It was like super cheap. Not even that. You don't even need to do that. Sometimes you could just buy mag pouches online, and you see this fucking belt I have right here. Ooh, this fucking loops right here. You can like literally loop it onto a belt you already fucking have, So there's not really an excuse unless like one, you have no job. If you have no job, stop watching this video and go get a job, please. I'm not even trying to make fun of you. Trust me. Like you think that if you're like depressed right now and if you don't even have a job, that's like the first thing you should do. Get a job. I know it sounds like silly and you don't think it's gonna help you, but I've had friends where like once they got a job, as silly as that sounds, it actually made them a little less depressed because at least they had something to work towards, right? It may be a job you fucking hate or you don't really like, but guess what? You're having money, and it takes that level of stress out of you of not having money, right? That's step one. We're doing baby steps here, right? To eventually go from having nothing to having something. There's not really an excuse of money. Like you can find a way. You can find some way to get that revenue, to get that income, and there are so many like cheap ways you can do it. And this isn't the video for it. I'm just trying to tell you that there's so many videos you can watch online that literally go into like budget gear. Most of the time that money limitation is something you created in your head because you think that the only way you can start off with is like getting fancy schmancy gear, which like I said, you don't need that. And yeah, I understand, like, you know, the most expensive aspect might for you, maybe it's the rifle. Maybe the rifle's too expensive. Okay, that's fine. You can save up to it. There's so many like good rifles you can get for around 500 to 800 bucks, right? And as long as it has iron sights, then you can get a flashlight for it. That's all you need for now. You know, don't even worry about getting an optic on it yet. That can come later. If anything, you should be getting good at iron sights anyway. So you can just start off with your iron sights, flashlight. In my opinion, that's the two basic things you need for your rifle, and just go from there. All right. That now, second thing we're gonna move on to is perceived physical limitations and perceived mental limitations. Like you think you can't handle this and that. Most of the time people don't say that. It's just that's a subconscious thing. And like I told you in the beginning of this video, that correlates like with why this video is even being made, is because I have all this philosophy in my head about how I want to live my life, and I'm already breaking that like second rule, which is like I was holding off on doing this video because I was afraid of like, oh well, what if I sound stupid, what if I sound this, or what if I sound like a fucking idiot? And I'm like, well, you know what, I'm literally doing the same thing that I criticize other people for doing. So I just decided like, well, let's go ahead and make this video. And that's going out and doing things that you're afraid of failing on. So many things don't get done, or so many things people don't do because they're afraid of like not everything being set into place. That's even dumber than just that's even dumber than just like trying it out and you don't do it perfectly, but you mess up. It's dumber to not even start, in my opinion. And physical limitations, right? I think the reason why people don't get into it is because one, and this is maybe it comes from like older people too, but I think it even comes from the younger crowd as well. Sometimes people will say like, oh, well, I have such and such injury, or I have this injury that I got a while back and I can't go hiking a lot, or I can't run a lot anymore, or I'm fat, or I'm not strong enough, this and that. It sounds simple or whatever, and like that it'd be just common sense to like, you know, you can fix that, but a lot of people don't think of it that way. They think that they're just doomed to be like this forever, and that's not true. If you really have like no money right now, and if like you're just not there, but you want to eventually get there to be a prepper because it's a passion that you want to perceive, but you're just limited by money, that's fine. Then focus on the aspect of trying to overcome your own perceived physical and mental limitations. Go out and start working out. Oh, but I don't have money. Okay, that's cool. There's a cool thing that you can do where you can do calisthenics, right? You can run, but if you can't run, that's fine. Then just walk. Just walk. Walk. Do anything to get your body moving and get physically fit. If money's a problem right now, you know? And once you get that aspect out of the way, that will translate over to helping you with everything else, you know? the mental limitations, right? Being too scared of how people are gonna perceive you when you start doing all this, right? And I I used to be like this too, especially before I even started this channel. Uh, I was worried if like people in my past life were gonna, see this channel and they're probably gonna be like, oh, why is that fucking idiot talking about this, right? Because I mean, probably shouldn't come as a shocker. There's probably not a lot of people that like me from my past. Um, I'm sure you could relate to that. Sometimes, as crazy as it sounds, sometimes there's gonna be people that you're gonna come across in your life, and people that you may meet, and they don't even know anything about you, but they will just hate you for no reason. And you're probably questioning like, oh, well, I don't understand. Like, why does this person not like me? Or it discourages you from not even doing things. And it's like, look, dude, I can't tell you why people hate. I can't tell you the reason why people don't like someone. Sometimes people don't need a reason. Sometimes there's something wrong with their life that they're not content with. And there's something going on with them, and that you should just chop it down to that. That has nothing to do with you. If they don't like you, then they don't like you. You can't stop that. You can't change that. So just don't even care about it in the first place and just like move on. And sometimes like people really let that get to them. It stops them from doing things they like because they're worried about getting made fun of or the perception that they're going to look stupid. And I mean, pretty sure I've looked stupid a couple times on this channel, but that just kind of goes without saying. Well, yeah, but guess what? I'm trying to do it. It's just that, there's no rhyme or reason to it. Just stop overcomplicating things. Sometimes when you overthink things, that actually might cause more failure than just not straight up going ahead and doing it. But yeah, now the last thing we're gonna get into is feeling like you have no one, or feeling like you don't have a community, right? I've met a lot of people that are like this, especially in like group chats I'm in, where some people, they just don't want to go out and train, or they just don't want to go out on hikes or whatever, go use their tactical gear. Maybe they already have their tactical gear and they just don't want to go ahead with getting ready with it, or they just don't even start to begin with because of like, oh, well, there's no one in my area because like no one thinks like that, or no one wants to be a Minuteman with me, or no one wants to do SHTF preparedness with me. Well, dude, like, stop being a shut-in. I know that like someone's gonna get their feelings hurt and they're probably gonna click off the video just from saying that, because that's making you uncomfortable, because you don't want to admit that you are just like being too scared to go out and make friends. Like, you're gonna use the excuse that there's no one in my area. Like, that is absolute like horse shit. That is bullshit, that you're saying that there's not one single person that you can meet in your vicinity within a few miles that is interested in this kind of stuff. That is absolute fucking horse shit. Like, really? That's just like, you're just throwing yourself a pity parade. And I was trying to be a little bit nice before in this video, but sometimes I feel like you can't be nice about certain things. You got to let people know when they're just being a fucking loser. Like, that is like a loser mentality. Like, loser, you're a loser right now. That's not your fault. You don't know that. I'm letting you know now. Now that you know, you can go fix it. Go make friends. Go out and do things. Go out to the gym. Go out to the gym right now. And I guarantee you, if you start talking to people, you're going to meet a lot of people that are actually interested in the same things that you're interested in. Stop thinking that like this whole SHTF / like prepping stuff or tactical stuff is like such a niche thing. It is a niche thing, my bad. But it's not as niche as you think it is. There's a lot of people spread out throughout the whole world that like this kind of stuff. And guess what? They are thinking the same thing that you're thinking right now, that I don't like to express this part about myself because I'm afraid that other people are going to think I'm fucking weird or a psycho or what's it called? What's another buzzword that people like to say? Schizo. Yeah, schizo, right? People have said to have a schizo all the time, Or people use the other term or whatever that, oh, this person's gonna be a mass something. Okay, fine. People are gonna make fun of you. Who cares? But just go out and like meet people, you know. And okay, whatever. You meet someone, you meet a new friend. Maybe they're not interested in this. Okay, that's fine. At least you made a new friend, you know. You're learning. You should be able to make friends that don't have interest in everything you do, because that's also healthy too. It's good to have friends where like maybe they're not an exact copy of you, because that's also not good for you either. But you should just go out and meet people. And if maybe you're like still a little bit of an introvert, what you could also do is, and I don't really agree with this, but I know that this might help some people. You could try online. You could try Reddit. I guess Reddit, but or Discord or Instagram. As you can tell, I'm not really a fan of just solely relying on online to go meet people. But if like you're someone like where like maybe you're still a bit shy, or you're still a bit worried about like meeting someone in the real world, then okay, you can start there and just get used to talking to people on there. And you know, you might meet someone that actually is near your area. That's how I know that's how some people have been able to meet and actually like get tactical training groups together, believe it or not. That's also not the safest way to do it, in my opinion, because sometimes I feel like the feds might be on there, but I don't know, fucking weirdos spying on people and shit. But anyways, like, okay, serious talk. I think you should just go out and meet people. Go out, just talk to people, get out of your shell, go meet someone, and you'll find people. You can build a community. They're out there. Stop thinking they're not out there, because unless you live on fucking Tatooine or whatever, or some other fucking planet, you can't tell me that you can't find someone that is going to be interested in the same stuff that you're interested in. And here's the thing, this doesn't just have to apply to like if you've still been watching this video but you're not even like an SHTF prepper, or like I don't know, Minuteman or whatever you want to call it. Thanks for watching, I guess. But I hope that you still got something out of this, because this doesn't, believe it or not, this mentality doesn't just have to apply to prepping or SHTF crap. Like, this could apply to anything really. So I hope that what I talked about here really does help you. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. There's not really much anything else. Just a video I really wanted to get out there. I hope you guys are all having a good day. Sorry if maybe some of this kind of hurt to hear, but I don't want you to think I'm personally attacking you. I just think sometimes people need a little tough love, you know, to get them to go out and do things. Go out and do things you're too afraid to do. Stop using money as an excuse or limitations. The economy is pretty shit right now, though. I'm not gonna argue with that one. But yeah, I'm just rambling on right now. Have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Like, share, and subscribe, or whatever, you know, whatever YouTubers say. And yeah, bye.